We are back again with What on Earth Am I Here For? Day 40. And at this point, we're kind of wrapping up this book, and we want to look at a few things, and it kind of brings it all together on this day. Okay, it says, living on purpose is the only way to really live, and everything else is just existing. So we want to learn to be living with purpose. Okay. Most people struggle with three basic issues in life. The first is identity. Who am I? The second is importance. Do I matter? And the third is impact. What is my place in life? The answers to all three questions are found in God's 5 purposes for you. And so let me just kind of remind us what the 5 purposes were, okay? The first, you were planned for God's pleasure. The second, you were formed for God's family. The third, you were created to be like Christ. Fourth, you were shaped for serving God. Shape, right? S, spiritual gifts. H, heart. A, abilities. P, personality. And E, experience. And the fifth purpose is you were made for a mission. And that's what we've been kind of talking about these last few days. So once you know what God wants you to do, the blessing comes in actually going out and doing it, okay? So this part of the book, the author wants to talk about a life purpose statement. And so what is a life purpose statement? It is a statement that summarizes God's purposes for your life. It's not a list of goals. Goals are temporary. Purposes are eternal. It is a statement that points the direction of your life. And it is a statement that defines success for you. It's also a statement that clarifies your roles. And it's a statement that expresses your shape. And it comes up, and the author talks about 5 questions. He calls them life's 5 greatest questions. And consider these when you write your statement, okay? What will be the center of your life? Is it worship, right? What are you going to worship? Who are you going to worship? Second question is, what will be the character of my life? Discipleship. Third question, what will be the contribution of my life? Service. Fourth question, what will be the communication of my life? The mission. Fifth question, what will be the community of my life? Fellowship. Okay? I want you to look at this. Whether you make this life purpose statement or not, it's going to be up to you, your parents, your teacher, whoever's doing it. I would encourage you to do it, but I can't, through the video, kind of force you to do it. But these are questions that they want you to ask. So in conclusion, I want you to think about God wants to use you, okay? David served God's purpose in his generation, and the question is, are you going to serve God in yours? Book says there's no greater epitaph than that statement. That statement is, David dedicated his life to fulfilling God's purpose on earth. David served God's purpose in his generation. That's what God said, okay? Imagine that chiseled on your tombstone, that you served God's purpose in your generation. My prayer is that people will be able to say that about me when I die. It is also my prayer that people will say it about you too. That is why he wrote this book. This phrase is the ultimate definition of a life well lived. You do the eternal and timeless, God's purpose, in a contemporary and timely way in your generation. That is what the purpose-driven life is all about. Neither past nor future generations can serve God's purpose in this generation. Only we can. Like Esther, God created you for such a time as this. So God is still looking for people to use, okay? He still wants to use you in this generation. 2 Chronicles 16:9 says, the eyes of the Lord search the whole earth in order to strengthen those whose hearts are fully committed to him. Okay? One day, history will come to a close, but eternity will go on forever. Imagine what it's going to be like one day with all of us standing before the throne of God, presenting our lives in deep gratitude and praise to Christ. Together we will say, worthy, O Master, yes, our God, take the glory, the honor, the power. You created it all. It was created because you wanted it. We'll praise for him, for his plan, and live for his purposes forever. Okay? And so what we're asking you to do, and what the author wants you to do with this, is think about living with a purpose, what your purposes are, what you need to do. Think about these 5 purposes and put them into some type of statement, a life purpose statement. And hopefully that will help you understand the importance of what you need to do and how to do it. Thanks.